You claiming clean, but you don't smell clean. You smell dirty. Paul said, you washed. You've been sanctified. You've been set apart for God's glory. You've been consecrated holy to God. And let me tell you right off the bat, before you look at me like that, holiness still right. Holiness is not a denomination. You can't say holiness is denomination. Holiness is God. God said, be ye holy, for I am holy. Now, I ain't picking on nobody when I say this. But I don't understand when folks say stuff like, well, I was born a Baptist and I'm going to die a Baptist. You were born a sinner. See, something wrong when folk think they born. We was all born dirty. The only way we got clean is that we recognized we were filthy. Recognize what we were doing, how we was living wasn't right in the sight of God. I ain't gonna make it in like this. I'm hell bound living like this. Took a good preacher, took an anointed preacher, preach truth to you. That's reason if you really say you can't set up in any church, you got to have truth. Because though we are saved, we still sometimes get into stuff, get entangled in the stuff, and have to come to church and get washed. Get washed of that filth that got in your mind from being around folks on the job. Got to get washed. I come to church to be washed. Not to hide in my sin, not to hide in my, I ain't trying to hide. I'm trying to come clean, baby. But recognize when you get washed. You better recognize those who don't like the washing that's done took place. It's amazing how kinfolk don't mind you going to church. They just don't want you in certain churches. They just don't want you to change all the way now. Go on over there and play church, but don't go up there. Don't go up to where that power at. And then they tell you stuff like, if you go in that church, don't let them put that oil on you. Don't let that man pray for you. Don't. See, some of us smiling because folk told us that when you told, I'm going to refuge. They say, oh, you finna get brainwashed. That man got all them folks up there brainwashed. Go up there and watch how they act when he pray. They be jumping and shouting and running and going on. But see, this is what you got to tell them. Stop telling them you ain't been brainwashed. Go ahead and tell them, my brain been washed good, but it's been washed with the word. It's been washed with the right detergent. Yeah, I'm brainwashed, and I'm loving every minute of it. I'm loving every second of it. I'm back up here this morning to get washed some more. What are you talking about? Better is here and better is coming. Wash me. You should love when you come to church and know you've been doing what you ain't got no business doing. Know you've been saying what you ain't got no business saying. Know you've been going where you ain't got no business going. And then the preacher get up and open the book. And he ain't talking about blessing. He telling you God ain't pleased. God ain't pleased when you come up here acting saved, but outside of this church, you are not living the life. Some folks so bold they live any kind of way out there and then come into church and try to be the loudest thing in church and know they ain't living nothing. Don't play with God. God ain't to be played with. Play with marbles, play with jacks, play with the PlayStation, but don't play with God. Don't play with God. Been washed, been sanctified. Sanctified and set apart to the point to where we now call you minister. Set aside to where you're now in the choir. Set aside to the point to where you're now ushering. Set aside to the point to where you're now working with the youth. You're working in ministry. You've been set aside, honey. You've been set aside, brother. We set you aside because we noticed a washing had taken place. So we allowed you to work, deacon. But when you have been washed, sanctified, justified, or declared righteous, there are those who do not like the fact that you washed. You'd be surprised that you could just be the type person always cursing, foul mouth, and then all of a sudden you start straightening that up. Start watching your words. Come on, see, can I get some real folk right here? And when you're so used to cursing, sometimes even when you're trying to do right, one or two might just. See, I knew I wasn't going to get too many. I said some of us went back when we got saved. It took. But then you got some that'll be bold and they'll say something like, "Why you got to ask for forgiveness? That's your mouth. Who got you thinking cursing wrong now? Our mama talk like this. Daddy talk like this. All us cuss. We known for cuss. So you ain't going to cuss no more. And I ain't supposed to cuss around cuss. Now you not cuss. Ain't none of us cursed. We cussed. You ain't get cursed out. You got cussed out. Major difference. Folk curse, they using all the word proper. When you get cussed out, it didn't even make no sense, but you knew what they were saying. So y'all laughing, but I'm serious. There are certain folk don't like to change. They don't like to change. And what they want to see in a person who has been washed, this is what they want to see. Can we cause them to get dirty again? See, some folk enter your life on an assignment, honey. They ain't that crazy about you. They assigned to get you dirty. Now, they left the church. Didn't want nothing to do with your pastor or your God. But somehow, they love you, though. They tell you you different from the rest of us. They see you ain't like us. You up there, but you ain't really like them. And you a fool to listen to them. Because the only thing they want to do is get you dirty. When they get you dirty, they done with you. You know I'm right. Oh, sister, listen to me. Oh, them words sound so sweet. But once you let him do what he want to do, and he makes you dirty, that's it. He just wanted to see. I'm about to get in some trouble. I said, I'm about to get in some trouble. Some of us in time past, we were so evil that we would mess with folk mind for a bet. I bet you I can hit that. No, not her, not that. What you gonna do if I? Man, that girl all up in that church. I'm gonna pull her out of that church. And listen, this ain't for no young folk. Old folk getting dirty in our time. Dirty grandmamas. Oh, dirty granddaddies. I'm telling you, see, you got to preach this way so young folks stop waiting till they 60 to get saved. When I finally get 60, ain't going to be nothing else out there. Ask grandmama, something out there. Ask granddaddy, there's something out there. It's always something out there. It's always something. Get married, but there's something. Can I be real? Some folk don't want you till you're married. Get divorced, they ain't studying you no more. They were assigned to break up your home. That's all that was about. Watch this. 2 Peter 2:22. But it has happened to them according to the true proverb. A dog returns to his own vomit, and a sow, swine, or pig, having washed, there it is, having been washed, the good sister returns to her wallowing in the mire. Isn't that something? Seeing a person washed and clean, then the next time you see them, they filthy and dirty. And you know that they have returned. See, the devil has a way of getting you to return, but trying to convince you when you return, don't be as bad as you was before. See, it wasn't that you were doing it. You indulged too much. You need to go back. Watch this, and be a moderate drinker. Drink on your birthdays and your anniversary. You have red wine. No more 2020. No more Mad Dog. Mad Dog drove you crazy. Come on, teach it right. This is how he gets folk to return. Call him, but don't let him come over. Don't meet him nowhere. Just talk to him. Because he knows with some of us, a little dab ain't gonna do you. Check out how nasty it is. He said a dog threw up. You threw that up. Brother, when you got married, you threw that whore up. You said, no, I'm done. I'm finished. What you threw up was so gross and detestable that you didn't want it in you. Now I see you and you back eating. See, some of us can't even, we just sit there like, oh. This is how the writer is describing folk who return. Pastor, how can that be? How can a person get clean only to go back and wallow in the mire? How can a person throw up and then eat what he or she threw? Pastor, I don't understand. How that happened? Deception. See, listen to me. Deception. They're dirty, but to them, they're still clean. Come on. That's when folk mess up and you try to tell them what they doing ain't right. They think they okay.